Boom. Yes. Yes. Amazing. Oh, we are live. Yeah, it's qualifying starting in an hour, but I just wanted to, you know, I just want to hang out and have my pineapple juice. Bear with me. Because I think this is the most interesting qualifying for a long time. Dare I say, this is the most interesting F1 qualifying we've had for weeks. I mean, you let me know if that's not true or not. Welcome, Uday Pandit. Oh, so horrible. So. Just bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. Cold today. You know what? It is cold today. It is cold today in England, in London. But I'm not cold. Chris, well, it's the first one this season. Nothing gets past Chris Sereda. Bao Quan, it was only interesting if Verstappen's not on pole. It's less interesting if Verstappen is not on pole, I agree. Man City diehard, hello from San Diego. Hope you're okay in San Diego. Oh, goodness me. Very nice place in the world. I always go there. There's always very nice sunsets. Will we see cars on track? Oh, it's cars on track right here. We are live. Okay, sorry. I need to get warmed up. I'm still coming out of FP3 basically. I haven't even. Oh, that's not a lie. I had a croissant. I have eaten. So yeah, qualifying is going to start in 55 minutes. On the top left there, we have the times from where we finished FP3, and the times were slower than FP2, which was a surprise. But also, look, we got Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso, the only drivers to get in the 1:30 30s. So it feels like it could be anyone's game. Did we see FP3s like this last year and Verstappen were dominating qualifying? Yes, we did. So does the Red Bull look incredibly stable? Yes, it does. Am I surprised the Mercedes are not really up there? Yes, I am. I thought the Mercedes would be higher up. So this is the moment where the talking is going to stop and we are going to find out. But I want to hear from you. I want to understand from you. You're the people that matter. We're the real fans. How do you think qualifying is going to go? Welcome to Vlatka in the house, who scheduled the whole stream. By the way, I do have a premiere for you after qualifying. Got a premiere. It's a video basically asking the question, what sounds better, Formula E or Formula 1? So that's going to be a fun one. That's premiering after this on the Motorsport channel, but don't worry, I'm going to take you directly there. Welcome Luluwa Nasser from Kuwait. Quinton Russell, have to thank you for your channel. Watching has improved my GT7 skills tremendously. Nice. That's what we like to hear. Chicken King, I promise Oscar will win 8 WDC in 7 years. Well, your maths is questionable there. What time is qualifying Candy Sparks, lads? It's in 54 minutes. In 14 minutes, I'll put up a 40-minute timer. What is F1 Manager? This game. Deadpool says, hi, Kireth. Norris for pole. Deadpool is going Lando for pole. Okay. Pretty Princess, man, you're saving my life. Thanks for life. No worry, Pretty Princess. That's okay. And Domi Schneider says, hope Alonso gets pole. Chat, let me know right now who's going to get pole. Don't be scared. Just put in the name. I'm going to say I think Verstappen's going to get pole. But you let me know in the chat. Just write in the name of who you think is going to get pole. Cole Archer saying Max on pole. Sainz P2, Alonso P3. Are we going to see the smooth operator put together a title tilt? Cobra 95 saying Hamilton on pole. Wow, what a big old statement that would be. Quinton, I won't be upset if Landon gets pole. Landon Donovan. Wild card here. Welcome LBQ, let's be quick. 93 car sounded best. Well, you'll see in the video. I make a few points about that. 290 people in the regular feed and 280 people in the shorts feed, including KS, Tracy, and STGG Twitch, who says got to be Verstappen. Tracy saying Max. Oh, let me do that link, actually. Bear with me. Zion saying Gasly. Are you mad, bro? Are you mad? I'm not going to make a bet, but that is like... Yeah. Tracy says, yeah, not Gasly. I'm going to get double sound. Oh, Ragavidas! Back on the membership train! Thank you so much, Ragavidas. Can we get some claps in? Can we get some claps for Lord Ragavir? Lord Ragavir in the house. Thank you so much for becoming a member. You should get a nice little pop. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Controversial opinion, by the way. Controversial opinion. I think the double diffuser days, what was that, 2012, 2013? I think the double diffusers sounded so good. The double diffusers were just obscene. Like, I know they weren't... They were V8s back... That was V8s, wasn't it? So they weren't V10s, but they were V8s. Oh, did I watch F2? No, I haven't even got my my feed up. Should probably get the feed up. Doing daily race next week, maybe. Was it Zane Maloney? People are saying Zane Maloney. Zane Maloney. I'm looking at the cooldown room now. Oh, Ragavir with the 29th! Rupees as well. Thank you so much, Ragavir, with the 29. Your 10th super. Again, amazing. 10 out of 10. Thanks so much, Ragavir. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you enjoying it. Amazing. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Chai, Kireth community, come and do some kimono content creating, aka dressing up and taking pretty pics. We'll be back just for Q1. Yeah, that's... if you want your peak kimono content, that's where you want to go. Sounds fun. Pretty Princess hopes Carlos. Martin saying Nozza. Lando Nozza. Akshat saying Lando. Vladka saying Lando. Hang on a second. Gustav Lovgren saying Lando. So the Lando crew are in the house. I didn't realise. Dan86 going Science. Pov saying Mazepin. Darko Pring saying Ferrari 1-2. Wade going for Leclerc. Stiggy wants Alonso on pole. 8 Meg's new here. When will the quali start? It's going to start in 50 minutes. Don't worry. In 10 minutes, I'll give you a timer. So you'll have it. Ragavir, I hope Mercedes... I hope Ferrari Mercedes challenge Rebel season. I think we all hope there's going to be more of a battling at the top. Maybe some cars will be much better on tyre wear. How amazing would that be? Some cars really good in quali, but struggle in the race. Some cars better on the mediums and, you know, different strats. Some drivers doing much better than their teammates. That would be amazing as well. How much time left for qualifying? I've got you covered soon. 49 minutes. Stiggy, watching you and watching another user as I set up all my tracks for ACC. Just covering all the bases there. So Sky is still on adverts. It's an advert for Lindt Master Chocolatiers. They got a 70% cocoa lid, which sounds disgusting. If you want just that to explode in your mouth of just like bitterness, there's other things you can do. It's just way more adverts, frankly. Welcome, Dutch Lion. Keristan, we all get excited about a close season, then Verstappen puts in the time 0.7. That could happen. It could happen. I think Verstappen's going to blow this wide open. That's what I believe. I think they've got the engine tuned down, and they're going to tune it up a little bit more. That's what I think. That's my prediction. Still loads of adverts. I'm just waiting to get clear sight of the track. F2 has finished. Zane Maloney. Sounds like he had a good run. Yeah, what about the midfield as well? What about the likes of the Stake team, Alpine? How are the Williams going to do? So the bottom 6 drivers from FP3 were all Williams, Stake and Alpine. What about the Haas? What about the Aston Martin? Alonso P2, Stroll P10. Look, it's all free practice. So we don't know yet, but we'll find out very soon. ACPW, you think Matt's going to be well clear of the rest then? I think Matt's going to be well clear of the rest. I just think the car looks so solid. It's a car that you can really push and be precise. But I have to say, the Mercedes looks so much more stable this year than last year. So I'm a bit suspicious that Mercedes are down there, but we know for them they've had issues heating up the tyres, getting the tyres in the window. And it might be a lot of teams have really refined their cars from last year. And that means that they can, you know, they can be fast down the straights because they need to do all sorts of funny stuff to help them in the corners. Cobra, Alpine have low downforce, a lot of drag. Yeah, well, low downforce and low drag, or low downforce and a lot of drag, isn't the combo you want, right? Remember, they did get 2 podiums last year. What time, Dim says? 45 minutes. Callum race in the house. What a feature rate that is. Very comfortable. You can just chill like this. Callum race is in the house, everyone. My teammate. Ow. Anyone with a beard knows this is the danger zone. This right here. This is living. I am living very dangerously right now. There's people watching with beards who are saying, that's the man who lives dangerously. Chicken saying Piastri is getting P1, P2 and P3. Absolute scenes. We'll remember that. Sigurdur saying Max will be half a second ahead at minimum. Quinton Ricciardo in top 10 would be a treat. Ossie saying Danny, Rick and Yuki looking good so far. Your definition of looking good is pretty, you know, generous. What time does quali start? 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more people saying, yeah, Max is going to be clear ahead. Like, are we forgetting how dominant Max was for most of the season last year? You know, that was the most dominant... Was that the most dominant season in history, by the way? Like, how many races did Max win? There's never been a season when one driver has won so many races in the season, because there were a lot of races as well. Welcome to Jordan Katz. But that must have been the most dominant season in history. The car won every race but one. Charles for Life saying Charles in the shorts feed. D1 saying his new car clearly having troubles in FP. Well, he always says that. He always says, oh, the car feels terrible, and then he goes purple. Marcio, is Horner getting sacked? Is he getting sacked in the morning? Is Horner getting sacked in the morning? Probably not tomorrow morning. I reckon after Saudi, you know, or maybe in Saudi, you know, this issue about... Fundamentally, it's an issue about respect and equality in the Red Bull team, so maybe that won't fly in Saudi. But I don't know. I don't know with Christian Horner, because we need to... There hasn't been enough time for these leaks to be verified or unverified. And... you know, they've been internally investigated. It's up to the complainant, who deserves and should have anonymity, whether they want to appeal. That's it. Simple as. And if they want to put stuff in the public domain, I would say that's probably up to them to do. Like, that's fine. So I don't know what's happened here. Like, I don't know whether it's pressure on... I mean, I don't know if a settlement is possible now. Like, why... oh, yeah. Anyway, there's been lots of rumours and whatnot. Thanks, Charles. Welcome, JG Leeson as well. Stream Elements bot is not particularly interested in the main stream at the moment.
Keep your head down.
Quad, look how stable the rest of the top... Yeah, I agree. A lot of the cars are very, very, very stable. And they look like great platforms to turn in mid-corner, really maximise your apex, maximise the exit speed. So we could see some changing in the speed because some cars may have just been too unpredictable last year. You'd see them drivers turning in and doing wild corrections because the cars weren't balanced. Maniger, is that map, that Bahrain right hand side? Sigurden, Sauna's not sacked. Deron, allegations have been cleared. Stiggy, I thought he was cleared. You can be cleared, but I think there's a right of appeal. I think Red Bull said that in their statement, that there's a right of appeal. Luke Greer, which Ferrari does better in quali? Well, traditionally Charles Leclerc has been better, I thought, but we'll see. I'm going to go Leclerc. Thanks, Sugar Day. Yeah, 400 people, 404 people watching. Page not found. Please hit that subscribe button. Please, let's bump us up to 100 likes. We can compete here. We can compete against anyone in the world. We just need to smash those likes, and then YouTube's like, oh, okay, we might share this some more. Taylor, who would replace Horner if he were to be sacked? I don't know. I mean, Hugh Bird, would he step up? Aussie Alpine looking like a tractor. The Alpine looks absolute dog. Kirili Medina, weird question. With all the trouble in the Middle East right now, what are the teams doing to protect themselves? I think the Middle East is quite a big place, and I don't really know. That's a big question. I'm clearly not the person to solve the Middle East peace problem. So I don't know. Great question though. If anyone wants to weigh in, I think it was last year. Like they were in Saudi and there was a rocket fired or something. Welcome, Credina S. You do any betting on the race? I'm not a betting person. I'm not a betting man. I don't. It doesn't really turn me on. Quite boring like that. So, and also I like to just change who I want. I don't want to be locked in. Like I've got to support this because like it's in my accumulator, and if I get it, I'm going to win like £83 off my £1. It's like I'd rather just enjoy it. So that's just me. Alan Brown putting his hat in the ring there. He or she. I will replace Horner. Well, let them know. Breaking news. Favorite F1 driver. I'll come back to that. So F1 Canada Saturday night races. We've got Bahrain, Saudi, and Las Vegas. It is a redonkulous calendar. It is obscene. The calendar's just stupid, man. Like, the calendar's just mad. We've got 3 races in the US. We've got 4 races in the Middle East. It's a mad calendar. It's a mad old calendar. Ragavator's qualifying started on the... Oh, do the timer. No, it hasn't started. Don't worry. You'll know. You'll know when it started. Trust me. I got you. Crush Biscuit Ferrari looking good. Luke Greer, irrelevant question, but I just got a simulator setup and a PS5. What game do you recommend? Gotta be GT7, my friend, if you got a PS5. Taylor, I hope McLaren, Oscar Piastri have a great season. We'll see. We will see. Nuno Pinto, what do you think about sandbagging of Red Bull? I think they've almost definitely... I think they're definitely sandbagging. So we will find out how much in qualifying when all sandbags will be dropped off. Quali starts in 39 minutes. We're just chilling. We're just waiting. We're just seeing is there going to be any breaking news. Hamilton's car being fixed, not going to make for quali or something. I don't know. Getting ourselves ready, basically. It's pre-show. It's pre-show. Probably should have a thing. Pre-show. In fact, I could have a ticker tape at the top. How hard does it do a ticker tape? Media. Can you do the text as a ticker tape? Text transform. Alignments. No, I don't think you Transform, uppercase, no. I'll work out, I'll get a ticker tape. I'll get one of those. Lucy, I always think the calendar should be organised so they do least air miles. Well, if you saw my video last year, I asked ChatGPT to reorganise the calendar with the least amount of travel. Oh, Raghavir with another 19 rupees. Thank you so much, Raghavir. He's just having a little snooze. Having a little snooze and dropping the rupees. We love to see it. Thank you so much, Raghavir. Please make sure to get your claps out in the chat there for Raghavir Das. 1 second. What am I doing? What is this page? Why am I here? What is this? Okay. Cassidy Martin, this is my first time watching qualifying. How do I go about it? Right, so Cassidy, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here and we'll run through it. Will Mercedes be any good this season? I think so, but we'll see. Oh, Siggy got the KF's wheel. Yeah, it's just a great, solid, relatively cheap wheel. That broke for me, so I fixed it. Was it a decent calendar? No, it was really difficult to get it working. If you look at the video, it's like that was ChatGPT a year ago though. Like now, it would probably just like do it and then like take over Formula One and implement it. Right, so how would F1 go bark to BBC One? You bark whoever you want, my friend. So how qualifying works? So we're going to go into qualifying. It's going to roughly take an hour to do the whole thing. It's going to be split into 3 sections. And there's going to be Q1, Q2, Q3 in that order. So we're going to start with Q1. We're going to send out all 20 drivers for about 18 minutes, I think. And basically they're going to have 18 minutes to set their fastest lap. So what that means is they come out at the end of the pit lane. So they'll come out. They'll come out at that end. They go all around the track. And then when they go over the start-finish line, they'll do their lap. And then when they finish, that'll be their lap. They can go again or they can come into the pits after that. And after 18 minutes, we take the top 15 drivers from Q1 and we keep them in the qualifying. And basically the bottom 5 drivers, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, that's their qualifying over. That's where they will start the race in that order. So we go into Q2. Q2 is like 12 minutes or something. So we spend 12 minutes, send all the remaining cars around for 12 minutes, and we want to find our top 10. So the drivers that set lap times that put them in the top 10 of those 15 drivers, they go through to Q3. And drivers in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, they're out of qualifying now, and that's their position. And then we do Q3, which is also known as the top 10 shootout, and we do another 12 minutes or so, and the cars get to set their fastest lap time, and that will determine the top 10, and therefore determine pole position, who's going to start first. Now, if there are any penalties, then they'll be applied after qualifying. So if you have a 10-place grid penalty and you qualify on pole, you will go through all the way to Q3, but at the end you'll be pushed down to P10, if that's right, and everyone else will bump up above you. Oh, stream! No, the stream's live here! The stream's live here, my friend. We'll have to hide you. The mods are on it. No worries, Simon Hez. Raghavir hopes F1 returns to India. Mr. Shea, is Carlos Sainz going to get his first world championship? We will see. Major Sparkles thinks the sprint races are a waste of time. Goodness me. 8 Megs, haven't caught up with the latest rules. Can the teams choose which tyres they use per qualifying? So in some races they restrict it. I don't believe this is one of those races, but I will let you know if it turns out that it is. You know, did you ever test new Fantech? I've never used the Fantech DD Plus at HQ here, so I can't really give thoughts on it. No, I was just joking about how I was saying as an example if stuff happens. Zoe Despacati is from Mexico. Looking forward to the Mexico GP, no doubt. Sydney, will Q3 tyre be the race start tyre as the rule change? I actually don't know. Don't know if anyone in chat knows. I thought they had changed that rule, but I don't actually know. Chicken King Max got 19 wins last year. That's nothing. Oscar is getting 24 wins. I heard Oscar's getting 27 wins this year. Zara Verdi's rooting for Carlos. He did so well at FP3. Yes, he did. I hope he gets pole and proves Ferrari wrong. Proves Ferrari wrong? Can they make adjustments to cars during today's qualifying? So once they start qualifying, I believe the cars are in parc fermé conditions, so they can't make major changes to the cars. But there are certain changes they are allowed to make, but I think the rough setup has to remain the same. What they certainly can't do is make major setups of the major setup changes between qualifying and the race, like they used to be able to. So you used to have cars who were very quick and quali setup, and then they change it for the race. Now you have to sort of compromise. Cheech is Deadpool. Kartik S, what do you think the chance of our Mercedes season? I think they're good. I just don't know if we're gonna have Red Bull clear, and then it's gonna be an Aston, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes battle. Then we're gonna have sort of Williams, who seem to blow really hot and cold, and then we're gonna have at the base of the back Alpine, Stake, and Haas. And then sort of again, Cash at RB might be sort of floating with Williams. That's kind of how I predict it. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. Does anyone else feel the same way? Ragavir Hamilton already. Hamilton's going to Ferrari. Did everyone know Lewis Hamilton is going to be in Ferrari next season? Is everyone aware of that or not? Tracy, penalties drive me mad. Those classic post-race penalties. F1 is back right now, my friend, Alex Munster. F1 is back right now. Stephen Hart predicts a few car retirements, and Norris celebrating his first top podium finish, aka a win. Lando Norris must be close to being one of the drivers that's driven the most race in F1 without a win. I think Lando's driven like... How many races has Lando driven in F1? It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, it's a load of races. Lando's driven a lot of races. Lance Stroll's driven a lot of races as well. Do you know if the F1 24 game will get a new game image? I don't know. Look, it's just going to be based the same game as last year, isn't it? Let's be real about it. You won't hear anyone else need to say that, but I'm just going to say it. JJ, the different colours for the sectors, are they in relation to other drivers that own laps? They're just different sectors delineated on the map. So you've got sector 1, 2 and 3. The dots under the sectors are mini sectors. Oh, if you mean the colour of the dots, yellow means slower than they've done previously for that sector. Green means faster than they've done previously for that sector, I believe. Or maybe faster than their fastest lap. And purple means it's the fastest mini sector out of anyone. Kirely, Danny better do better than that if he wants to consider the RBC. He's already in the RBs. He's in the Cash App, Visa, MasterCards. Capital One, PayPal, RB. Welcome to Mipriam. Yeah, 104 races for Lando. Lando's done 100 Formula 1 races. How many races did Ayrton Senna do in Formula 1? Ragavir, what about Christian Horner allegations? What about them? Has something else emerged? Is the story evolving yet further? That's RB Light. Well, yeah, I mean, Zach Brown wasn't too happy about it. Green means personal best. Okay, so green is like their purple. That's interesting, because when you see a green, I've always thought, oh, okay, it's good, but it's not quite Carling. But, yeah, it shows how the driver's improving all the time. I thought it might have been green was better than their previous best sector. Ugh. Deadpool, Lando is an amazing driver. He's a one-lap killer on par with Verstappen. Well, we'll see. I think, chat, who do we think is going to finish the season with the most points at McLaren? Piastri or Norris? I'm inclined to say Piastri. I just think Piastri is a bit cooler. And there were moments where there was a little bit of like, you know, it was uncomfortable, I think, for times Lando last season that Piastri was doing so well as a rookie. Best rookie season for a while. Ragovia, are Red Bull sandbagging? Well, we don't know, but we'll find out very soon. I suspect they are a little bit. Well, I don't know if there's I think there's more in the tank that we will see. Keristan, Senna 161 races. So Lando Norris has done 2/3 of the races that Senna did. Like, with 0% of the wins. What do we think of that, Lando fans or Senna fans? Kiralee Medina believes it'll actually be very close. Did I see Drive to Survive? I don't watch a lot of Drive to Survive. Zoe, my English is so bad. No, it isn't. Don't worry, my English is bad as well. It's all relative. Ragovia, I think Piastri will dominate Lando for the season. Maybe. We're just 27 minutes away now, though. It is dark in Bahrain. I'll try and get some track temps and stuff like that for you. Zara, it's 2 AM where I am. Tired, but got to stay for quali. Yeah, if you're up now, I would just push through. And it's also the weekend, right? It's also Friday night for you. I just push through. Chris, haven't you heard about the anonymous leaks? Chris, haven't you been on the stream earlier where we discussed it? Speculation. There are many different ways that could go, that thing. I think, depending on what happens in 26 minutes and tomorrow, that could be a story that runs next week. But we'll see. It's going to follow Christian Horner around. I wonder what Jerry Horner thinks about the whole thing. Irrespective of any findings of, you know, guilt or whatever. Welcome Linda S, Anita, Breedvold, Venstra, Ian Stamp, Jeffrey Lowe. All of the names are coming in the vertical chat for some reason. Ragav, I hope Mercedes wins, but a long shot. Kerasan, Senna had a little bit better car. Yeah, I guess. Lucy, we don't like it. Lando is a good driver, it just never comes together. What is the fastest lap ever recorded? Isn't it at... It's either at Bahrain or Monza. Ooh, isn't it Michael... Is it Michael Schumacher at Bahrain, or is it Juan Pablo Montoya at Monza for average speed? I think it must be Montoya at Monza, right? Do we know? Do we have that? Marcio hates Friday qualies. Who was the driver that made me hooked into Formula 1? I think, look, I want to be really honest about this. And again, you're not going to hear this. Well, you might do. I was watching some footage the other day of F1 cars like in the mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s. I was watching Jenson Button even in the BAR Honda like mid-2000s. You don't need a favourite driver. You don't need a favourite team. You don't need to know the track. You just need to listen to that car as it goes round and it speaks any language. Like, you know, Formula 1 back then, you didn't need to explain it. Like, if you know, you know. Chat, do we know in the chat? If we know, we know. And I am premiering after qualifying. We're going to premiere into a video about the comparing sounds in Formula 1 and Formula E. So that should be quite interesting. Stephen, I reckon Lando and Piastri will be evenly matched, but Lando will just come out on top. Oh, was it Kimi at Monza? In the McLaren? Deadpool, £50. Lando out qualifies Piastri for season. If you want to send it our way. Stephen, it was the sound of the cars and the Spectre got me hooked. V12 and V10. Tracy, Senna, and Mansell. Okay, so what got people into Formula 1? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, it's a 4 PM start, so 24 minutes to go. Sky adjusting adverts. Oh, it's Kimi in 2018. Oh, wow. I always thought it was a lot earlier. Must be wrong. Zara's new. Do all 3 sets have the same length? No, they don't have the same length. I think in Formula 1 there's always 3 sectors in Formula 1. I can't think of any circuit where there isn't. But they're made up of loads of mini sectors, and other formulas you have different sectors and whatnot. You take that bet. I don't really understand how bets work, to be honest. I don't know what that means. £50 Lando out qualifies Piastri. I don't know how that mechanically works. Tracy, my mum actually got me into F1. Rowdy, I was there when Olivier Panis won Monaco. Panis won Monaco. Only about 5 cars finished that race, didn't it? And when Schumacher crashed into Coulthard, was that Spa? I was thinking about Spa. I don't think Spa has more than 3 sectors. I don't think it does. I was thinking, does Circuit of the Americas have more sectors? That's the one I was thinking of. Clearly, I'm a fan from the late 70s when my neighbour was watching and I got hooked immediately. 94 likes, by the way, chat. 94 likes. We can, if anyone's watching, you have a like to give, we can get up to 100. Just smash that like button. That's in the mainstream. We've got 16 Spartans in the shorts feed as well. There we go. Nuno confirms it. Every track at F1 has only 3 sectors. Isabel Paflug in the house as well. Hello, friends. F1 friends. Cassidy, Lando's crash at Vegas popped up on my TikTok FYP, and I went down a downward spiral. Loved it. Lando's crash at Vegas. Yeah, it's quite a big one, wasn't it? And he lost it under safety car, didn't he? Didn't he lose it under safety car, or he lost it under yellows or something? It was a weird spin. And he crashed by the Taco Bell. Cheat 50 Kai has a real job in the season. Don't know what that is. Domi Schneider, as a child watching Schumacher got me into it. Stiggy, I missed the old Spa with the bus stop. Well, I miss Hockenheim when it went through the forest. That was the thing. That was the vibe, though. Like those circuits, those longer circuits, you would go, and like there weren't all grandson stuff. You just go, and it felt like it was just a drive of the car, and you would be on the grainy onboard camera, and the noise of the car would be echoing around. Nick Smith, quiz question: when and how many was the least amount of finished in F1 race? Is it that Monaco one? Is it Monaco, Olivier Panis, 95, 96, something? Hamza Benuta, hello from Morocco. Hello to Morocco. Isabel Verflug was at Hockenheim. Isabel Verflug was driving DTMs. Deadpool, you bet on Piastri £50. I bet £50 on Lando qualifying for charity. I don't really know how that works. It sounds like a good thing to do, but how do we do it? And also get dangerously out of hand. But the intention sounds good. Let's work it out for the race. Nuno, I miss Senna versus Prost. That was crazy racing back in the day. I think that's what we're missing right now. We're missing those genuine... Like, the Formula 1 is just a bit too matey, to be honest. They're all like... They all just... you know, we're going to see before the race, they're going to go on the same bus around the track. They're all mates. They're going to be putting stickers on each other back. Just gentle, like, bantering. You know, they all go on the same private jet. They've all got the same agent. It's too cushy. I want to see blood-hardened, toe-to-toe, attritional, hateful rivalry. Is that too much to ask? Anyone else want to see that? Or do we like the sort of Drive to Survive, sort of like we're all in the same WhatsApp group? Nando Quirrells, 3 sectors always, roughly splitting the track into thirds. Yes. Sector chat. Sean, why does it look like a video game on a screen that small? Have you read the text, Sean? 20 minutes to go. Yeah, let's sub 20 minutes to go. Korean Chandok's on board with someone. I think it's a Red Bull. That looks very stable. Stiggy, the biggest thing that F1 dropped and took a lot of its time, that was pit stops. Yeah, I mean when Formula 1 completely removed pit stops, so now the cars don't go into the pits at all in the race, it changed everything. I mean, the cars now, they start on the same tyre. Now, I think you mean the refueling. I think the refueling was exciting because there was a bit of jeopardy there. There's some big drama. Ian Perez really stressed, mate. Ian Perez, why are you stressed? Let us know why you're stressed. What's there to be stressed about? Are you worried about a particular driver? Ragovir did not watch a single season of Drive to Survive. It's like a tagline in the bio. Isabel Flug, what does everyone think about Lewis to Ferrari? The news completely kept me from studying for my exams. It's going to be different. I'm not sure it's the best fit. I'm not sure how a lot of the Tifosi are going to feel about that. Having been to Formula 1 races over the years, and I'm talking like, you know, back in the day when Lewis Hamilton was starting, there's a lot of, anecdotally from my perspective, there are a lot of Ferrari fans at the circuits who did not like Lewis Hamilton. Maybe did not like him more than any other driver, if that makes sense. So that's going to be a real interesting one. Like, fair play to him, but you know. Gran Turismo's Par 4 says, yeah, Gran Turismo does it differently, I think. If Ivan says Josh Barbecue Verstappen, why is he Josh Barbecue? Because he got burnt in the car by the ethanol. Echo 7, hello from southeastern US, just starting to get really interested in F1. You come to the right place because we're going to see Bahrain qualifying right here. The McLaren, I should say, is almost ready. Oscar Piastri. This is it, qualifying. We're going to see the cars rung to the limit for the first time this season. Hockenheim 94. Marsh is saying Kaz should be next FIA president. Okay, so we're just 16 minutes away now for qualifying at Bahrain. Looking at the grandstands. Are they packed grandstands? I'm going to be honest. I miss the vibe. I'm sounding like an old person now. I've got to stop this. But I do miss the vibe of going to Australia, Melbourne, Adelaide. But, you know, recently Melbourne. I miss the vibe there. Like the fan team, like super passionate. It's in the early here, like something about being really early here. That's just my perspective. Isabel Flug, I remember, will be interesting to see what happens and how many Merc fans there will be left after Lewis is gone. Well, we will see. Shakir, guys, drop your prediction for Bahrain qualifying podium. Yes, please drop your predictions. Ian Perez, I'm just stressed personally. Okay. Well, hopefully this is a relaxing space. Ian Perez. Hopefully your namesakes can have a good session. Rowdy, they'll change when they see him in red and winning. But this is my point. This is really my point. What if he's not winning at Ferrari? What if Lewis Hamilton is not winning at Ferrari? I think it could get ugly. I really, like, I don't know. This is a move that I really don't think would have worked 15 years ago. Like, Kimi Antonelli. Kimi's going to be in the Mercedes, isn't he? Though they're not, Prima are not doing too well in F2. Well, I don't know what happened earlier, actually. Hamza, a bit of a new fan of F1 here, but amazing sport. The technology, the sound of the engine, the competitiveness. On top of that, all the drama. So a lot. You should write taglines. Welcome, Johan J from Indonesia. Joey, the only reason I'm stressed is about my crush. Zoe, tell us more about your crush. Is your crush watching? Welcome, Andy F. VD, Kireth has really grown his channel. I was watching when it was at 2k subs. Now it's almost 80k subs. Chat, can we get to 80k today? 2 to 80,000 subscribers in one day. Do you want to know a stat about the YouTube channel that I was looking at the other day? Let me know if you want to know, or if it's just boring. Let's go, baby. Yes, indeed. Skull me. Have you seen the ducks and updates? Yeah, I've seen the ducks on the side pods. Very interesting. Presumably they know they can get away without having any cooling issues. Deadpool Lewis is a modern Nicky Lauda. What driver do you know can make fundamental changes to a chassis and be right? We will see. Zoe, no mate, he doesn't watching because he's an F1 driver. The plot thickens. We need to know. So the thing about my YouTube channel is that in the first year I did this YouTube channel properly, in 1 year I gained 800 subscribers in 1 year. And in 1 year. And now, like, sometimes on the race day we'll get 800 subscribers in 1 day, 1 stream. It's like, numbers are a bit crazy. Like, when you think about how much like a billion is and a trillion, like, numbers, like, stuff can, this world is like weird in the way stuff can like scale. So the content, well, the content is probably, content's better, I think, but I'm still the same person. I haven't really changed as a person. So it's really interesting. Rory, never liked him much myself, but he is Ferrari now, so I just must grit teeth and hope for the best. Isn't that a bit conflicting? Like, welcome Jay Raj Nikat Garda and Nathania Tugmas. I'm your fan. I'm your fan as well. Nathania Mangor. Mikey just off from Canada. Let's go Red Bull. Is that Red Bull or is that Visa Cash App MasterCard Capital One Red Bull? It's going to be an amazing year. Well, in 11 minutes we're going to crack on with qualifying. All the cars are basically sat where they are. Max Verstappen is by the side of the car in his skin, cap on, looking super relaxed. By the way, did you see my video with Max Verstappen? I've raced Max Verstappen. I've raced Max Verstappen, and I crashed into... Well, Max Verstappen crashed into me. You have to watch the video after the stream and let me know. Max Verstappen... People are saying I crashed into Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen definitely crashed into me. Like, that's my viewpoint anyway. Chris Yotta with Super GT. Old Steve Alvarez Brown. Keith is saying Russell P1. We will see. We will see. There's still a HRC logo on the front of the Red Bull. I thought it was Red Bull powertrains now. Like, why is there a Honda branding on it? Even though it's really Honda. Or maybe I don't know. Ted Kravitz, tuck your shirt in your shorts, man. Ted Kravitz on the loose. He punted. Yeah, he did punt me. He did punt me. It was his responsibility to not punt me. Alex Hernandez, hoping McLaren does better this year. We'll see. Wendy says, come on, match the Netherlands. Right, 10 minutes to go. Let's do a nations check, everyone. If you're in the normal stream or the short stream, let us know where in the world you're watching from. Going to put hashtag nations, and we're going to see which nation's going to win. Which nation has the most Formula 1 fans? I'm excited. Funky Monkey in the house. Funky says he just wanted airtime on our stream. Yeah, Max is playing some 5G chess there. Console Gamer South Africa. Zoe in Bahrain. Isabel Plug Germany. Chai Netherlands. Ivan Netherlands. Diggy South Africa. Vlatka Croatia. Kirili USA. Echo USA. Cart Netherlands. Mike Anderperson India. Raymond Trinidad. Marcio Brazil. Manigat US. Kodak UK. Patrick USA. I think it's between USA and Netherlands so far. Seymour Australia. Castor USA. Dutch Netherlands. Alexi USA. Ian UK. Tracy South Africa. Megaton USA. Skolheimer USA. I think this is the first time USA are going to win. Atomic Chef Netherlands. Netherlands fighting back though. Mucka Spain. Kiefer Devon. Jonathan Holland UK. Zara Australia. Dimitrian Greece. Nathania Indonesia. Brigitte from Belgium. Miroslav Czech. Wheel Norway. Slippery from the Moon. Zoe from Mexico. Hamza Morocco. Wendy Netherlands. Domi Indonesia. Neil Jamaica. Gerald from USA. Kuwati Netherlands. Funky Netherlands. I think it must be head and head. Conscious Netherlands. Eric Smith, USA new subscriber. Enzok Paraguay. Josh Thailand. Alexander USA. Personally only Indian. Neil Jamaica. Aid Native UK. Park UK. RV Aruba Dutch Antilles. Is the Dutch Antilles part of the Netherlands? Because that might be the deciding one. Quad USA, McMahon Netherlands, Anastasia Georgia, Clapton Indonesia, Van der Vee Trinidad, Waskas Netherlands. I think the Netherlands are taking on the USA here. I think the Netherlands are on top, but Sean Ranch USA. Ragavir Das. Chaya says depending on the island. Okay, who was it? Who was it? RV Aruba. Is that? Are you in a Dutch? Do you have a Dutch passport? Morpheus USA, but Ian Perez coming straight back Netherlands. Skullheimer Cat isn't the USA. No, cats don't count. Cats don't count. We've done this before. Conscious confirming Dutch Antilles are part, so I'm going to give that to the Netherlands. I think the Orange Army has it there. That's a big win for Netherlands. Netherlands coming out in force. Why are we so big in the Netherlands? Lizardman from St. Louis. Chai saying Aruba is no longer part of the Dutch Kingdom. So maybe post-race penalty there. Post-pole penalty. Marco back at Amsterdam though. He doesn't care. He's just come in and slap his vote for the Netherlands. Josh, hey bro, first time joining the stream, loving it thoroughly. I was just wondering who's phone country and favorite team. I don't really have favorite driver or team. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not like, oh, I really want Drap Driver to win. It doesn't matter to me. They're all multi-millionaires. Doesn't, you know, I just want to see good racing, good overtakes, good stories, rivalries. That's what I'm here for. I want to see how the cars are progressing. That sort of stuff. Mac in Wiltshire. Ragvir, which steering wheel is better playing F1 game on the PS5? Probably want a F1 wheel, so I wouldn't recommend the Logitech that I normally recommend. That's the one I use. Probably want a Fanatec for that then. Chai is here for the fun, the community, and the lap times. Yes, indeed. 6 minutes to go, everyone, till qualifying starts at Bahrain. And we are going to find out how the field stacks up this season. There's no more hiding. No more Google Drives. No more Visa, Cash App, whatever thing. Add Shorts Nations. Oh, I didn't look at the Shorts Nations. We had 5 people come in the Shorts feed. Matt USA, Vishar Guyana, Zeno Shanghai, Wire Morocco, Dales Trail Scotland. People in the Shorts feed. Yeah, you got to take more part in nations there. Technically, Guan Yu Zhou is not a multi-millionaire, is he not? Chase is watching from Bahrain. Chase Newbury, are you at the circuit? Can you give us any intel? Joshua says, hey chat, who's everyone's favourite team? I'm a McLaren fan. I'm part of the Papaya Army. Pick up a papaya. Welcome, Tanmay Sat. Ragavir, I think Alonso will move to Mercedes and Kimi might be reserve driver. Ragavir, that take is out. That's a left field take right there. That would generate some clicks. Tanmay Forza Ferrari from India. Zara Tifosi here. McMad McLaren. Alex Hernandez McLaren. Stephen Hart McLaren following Lando very closely, tailing him, stalking him, dare I say. Oh, you mean Kimi Antonelli? Sorry, I was thinking Kimi Räikkönen. I'm just only 3 minutes for quality. Well, yeah, 4:20, but yes, pretty. In fact, no, it's 4 minutes 20, I think. Akshat McLaren, Jonathan Holland McLaren. Wheelhugger saying Red Bull only going to get more dominating this year. Would love more competitive race. We will find out very shortly. Kiefer, is it 4 p.m. actually the start of quali or just start of punishing us? No, we did our build up already. We go straight in. Right, tyre compounds. We've got soft, medium, hard, obviously, but they're more on the hard side of the spectrum. So taking 3 compounds, more on the hard side. C3, C2, C1. For people who are very nerdy about that kind of stuff. That's what we've got. Oh, Sky Sports having an issue with their overlays. What's your thoughts on Albon racing for Red Bull? I don't know. Like, Red Bull could really implode. Like, the Christian Horner thing, what if it's indicative? I mean, not... leaving aside of the process, like, maybe there's some structural issues in Red Bull, the way they're, you know, so I don't know. Anyway. These are all organisations working at the very limit, and the more they push each other, it's gonna... you know, anyway. Sensitive topic there. Jonathan, Yuki to Aston. I think, yeah, Yuki to Aston when it becomes a Honda thing is a pretty good bet, I think. Isabel Flug feels like he might retire. Who's that? Who's that? Who are we talking about retiring? Who are we talking about retiring? Perez. I think Sergio Perez should just join the Toyota WEC program and just smash WEC, win Le Mans, and then do the Triple Crown. Go to Indy. David, have you been sent one new Toyota? I haven't. I might just... Can I buy one and return it? Is that allowed? Can I buy one and try it and return it? Or just say to them, look, I'm probably going to buy and try and return. Can I just... You just send me a review loan unit and I'll send it back. Matt, who am I wearing? I'm wearing this McLaren fleece. That is the biggest change I've done to the streams, and I love it. It's so comfortable. Quinton likes turtles. Alonso and Checo same team. Snowline drove through a blizzard to get home to quality. I hope you got home safe. We are pretty much underway. So remember, I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour. If you're brand new to Formula 1, don't worry. This is how it's going to work. Today is qualifying. We are doing qualifying for the race tomorrow. So we're going to determine today what the grid positions are for the race tomorrow. There's going to be 3 different stages to the qualifying. We're going to start any second now with Q1. This is the first stage of qualifying. We're going to send out all 20 drivers in the left-hand side there. They're going to have 18 minutes to set their best lap time. At the end of the 18 minutes, we're going to take the fastest 15 drivers and progress them through to the next stage of qualifying. And the bottom 5 drivers, we're going to say that's your positions. That's where you're starting in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're then going to go into the second part of qualifying, which is Q2. We're going to take the top 15 drivers we put forward. They're going to do their times, and we're going to get the top 10. So the drivers from 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. At the end of Q2, we can say, right, that's it for you. That's your positions now. And then the final 10 drivers who have made it all the way through. Ferrari's almost out on track, by the way. The final drivers, top 10, we're going to do a top 10 shootout in Q3, and that's going to determine it. I think Ferrari are trying to get out here really, really, really early. I think Ferrari are going to queue. I think people are going to be queuing. Oh, here's a green light. I can't see why we haven't started our timer yet, because I can see that they are starting. So I might need to guide you through this and wait for the system to catch up, actually. We will see. But it's the Ferraris who come out first on track. So Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz was the fastest driver. I'm going to sneeze. He was the fastest driver in FP3. Fernando Alonso in second in FP3. Don't worry, I got you covered here while we wait for it. Yeah, cars are on track. Cars are on track. It looks like the Formula 1 live timing is not working because Sky Sports are not showing anything. Sky Sports have got no live timing. So don't worry, I've got you covered here. This is where you want to be. Yeah, we're underway for the first time in an actual session in anger. So we're 1 minute into the session, and it is Carlos Sainz who is the first driver on track. He's just completed Sector 1. And Charles Leclerc as well is right behind him. So we're going to see. What are we going to see in this session in terms of lap times? And I think both these drivers out on the medium tyre, by the way. Medium tyre. I might reload it, but I don't think it's actually going to make a difference. Let's reload it. Oh! The timing's down, everyone. Don't worry. I'm going to have to cover you. The timing's down. I don't know what's happened there. Right, so Carlos Sainz is going over DRS open. He's starting his lap right now down the straight. MPH speed trap 194. I think George Russell was doing 192. So maybe the Ferrari is actually a little bit slippier down the straight. Ocon and Gasly are also out on track. Everyone else is still in the pits. So we've only got the 2 Ferraris and the 2 Alpines out here. Sainz, Leclerc, Ocon and Gasly. Which is interesting. Looks like the timing's broken as well. The timing's broken. It's all broken. Lando Norris. Well, I can see it with my own eyes here. So, you know, Charles Leclerc has gone purple. So he's actually gone slightly quicker than Carlos Sainz. But again, I don't have any sector times here. It looks like the timing is not working or something. So Leclerc is 50 seconds into the lap. Carlos Sainz is 1 minute into the lap. So are we going to see 1 minute 30s on this? Remember, on the medium, so I wouldn't expect 1 minute 30s. But where are we going to be? Carlos Sainz goes purple in sector 2. At that point, he was a 108. So as it stands... as it stands, Carlos Sainz was faster in Sector 2, but Charles Leclerc was faster in Sector 1. It's about 10 seconds for them to go over the line. Let's have a look here. What's it going to be? Carlos Sainz over the line. So 131.2. 131.2 on the mediums, which is very quick compared to what we saw in FP3. And Charles Leclerc goes over, and he's just, 500 slower. So it's a 131.26 for Leclerc, a 131.2 dead for Carlos Sainz. Let's try and refresh it, but I might need to go... I might need to play this one by ear, actually. Esteban Ocon goes over. It's a 131.9. So I think what we might have to do is do a little bit of a backup situation here, everyone. What do we think? Yeah, I know. What do we think? Do we want to try and find some alternate standings? Maybe I would do this one. I'll let you know what's going on, if that makes sense. And you can put it in the chat as well, and then I'll find something in between. But there's only 4 cars out on track right now, which is Sainz, Leclerc, Ocon and Gasly. They're the only 4 drivers that have set a time, as Daniel Ricciardo looks like he's going to set off shortly. But so far, first place in Q1 is Carlos Sainz, 131.2 dead. Then Charles Leclerc with a 131.26. Then Esteban Ocon in the Alpine with a 131.9. And then Pierre Gasly in 4th, the 132.4. And no one else has gone out on track. I think Formula 1 have timed it. So I think what Formula 1 did, they've taken down external timing just as qualifying started. That's what I suspect. Or there's just like a 404 error or something. That's what I think, by the way. So still no one else out on track. So most teams just ignoring the first part of this session. We did see this last year where we were thinking, why do we have 18 minutes in Q1 when most drivers are just going out, sort of 12 minutes to go? Yeah, so Ricciardo's on an outlap. Hulkenberg, Alex Albon, Logan Sargent. There's a McLaren as well. Yuki Tsunoda. I can see a Aston Martin in the pit lane that's stopped. So they're all stopping at the end of the pit lane. Oh, so everyone is coming out now. Everyone else is coming out right now. And yeah, I'm looking at some Red Bull tyres. So there's a Visa Cash App RB with Red Bull tyres here. So a soft tyre. The Hasses, I think, both have soft tyres. So it looks like the 4 cars that went out at the beginning... Carlos Sainz, Leclerc. Max Verstappen's come to a stop in the pit lane. Is he just waiting for a queue? Max Verstappen is stationary right now in the pit lane. Yeah, there's a massive queue, that's right. They're just sort of stacking up in the pits. That must be the new protocol. And yeah, apparently Hamilton's not on track. Yeah, but even Verstappen is not registered as being out on track. Looks like we might have it back now, everyone. Just bear with me here. Bear with me. I'm going to get this right for you. Bear with me a second, everyone. How about this? How about this, everyone? What do we think now? What do we think right now, everyone? Oh, see, I wasn't lying. They're all out. They're all queuing up and they're all out. I'm going to have a drink. That's difficult. That's stressful. That's radio. I couldn't do radio. People say all the time, oh, you got a face for radio, and like, you'd be great on radio. It'd be better if you were doing radio on streaming. Randeep Singh, racing director of McLaren, is looking thoughtful, as you'd expect for a racing director. We back in the game, everyone. Can we get some claps out? Can we get some claps out for being back in the game? Welcome, Lachlan. See, now I can chill out with you. I'm going to get some chef's kiss out there. Welcome, Marcus, as well. Ooh, a bit hot. Might unzip my fleece. So, yeah, Gasly got done for track limits on the mediums. 10 minutes to go right now, as you can see. A face for radio is an insult? I thought it was a compliment. Like, they're saying you'd be really good on radio. What do you mean it's an insult? No, I'm gonna keep looking here. Piastri is really scraping the floor down the main straight, actually. Like, that is running very, very, very low. I suspect the live timing is going to be in and out. It might be a lot of demand on the system, actually. So, Lando, Norris, Piastri. Why, I don't know why they will mark as no time, if that's their outlap. Oh, sorry, that they've just completed their outlap, sorry. So, Piastri's on a fast one right now. He's half a second up on his... No, the timing is all weird. It's very difficult here, but I can tell you, Alex Albon has gone fastest. Alex Albon has gone fast on the soft tyre, 30.6 dead. Daniel Ricciardo at 31.0. So Alex Albon on the soft tyre at 30.6. Hulkenberg goes slightly faster at 30.62. So Nico Hulkenberg has just gone slightly faster than Albon. Logan Sargent at 30.7. You need to be on the soft tyres, everyone. The Ferrari times are not going to cut it on the mediums. Everyone is going to be in the 30s here on the softs. So you need to be on those soft tyres. And there we go. Lando Norris with a 30.1. Lando with a 30.1. My prediction for pole in Q3 was a 29.3. But we're already getting close to the 29s right now. Lando's in P1, everyone. It's absolute carnage out here in Bahrain. Verstappen goes fastest. 130.0. There is Max Verstappen. 130.0. Taking his place at the top of the throne. It's not quite the saying, is it? George Russell P4. Okay, so we've got Verstappen P1, Lando P2, Fernando Alonso P3, George Russell P4, and Nico Hulkenberg in P5. The Haas that everyone said was absolute dog is there in P5. Who's at the bottom end? Well, what's Sergio Perez going to do? He goes P4. So we've got the Alpine struggling. Remember, Gasly's time was not going to count, and it was a waste time on the mediums anyway. And both of the Ferraris set their times on the mediums. So they will be out now on the soft tyre, I believe. I believe they're out now on the soft tyre. I can't see from the graphics there. Hulkenberg is a quali monster. Yeah, we remember Montreal last year where Hulkenberg put it P2, didn't he, before he got the penalty. Carlos Sainz on the move. Carlos Sainz could be making a statement here to go provisionally fastest in Q1. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it because we're frozen. What is Carlos Sainz going to do here? Carlos Sainz, where are you, sir? Remember, all you want to do here strictly is be in the top 15. You just want to be in the top 15 drivers. What's going to happen here? I can't see because my feed's delayed. I can see Charles Leclerc's going over the line on the soft tyre. That's a 30.2 from Leclerc. That puts him P5 as I see it. It's all very professional. But what about Carlos Sainz? We're still frozen. What about Carlos Sainz? I'm on board with him now. He's round the final corner. Is he going to put it fastest? Yes, he does. It's a 129.9 dead from Carlos Sainz. He's a 10th faster than Verstappen. It's very close at the top. It's very close at the top, everyone. There's 4 tenths between the top 7 drivers. So as I see it on my screen, I've got Carlos Sainz. There you go. Carlos Sainz, 29.9. Look how close it is between the different manufacturers. We've got a Ferrari there, a Red Bull, a McLaren, an Aston Martin. Even a Mercedes in P7. It's damn close. It's damn close for Woko saying this is last year's pole. That's a very good point, Finton, in the shorts feed. That's a very good point, actually. I will sort that out. Hang on a second. I will sort that out for you right now, if I can. That's the best I can do now. Okay, so I'm having a look here. Replay with Logan Sargent. I can't see exactly what went on. Oh, he was annoyed about a Mercedes being slow to move. I don't think it was too bad, actually. So 4 minutes to go. Who's in the drop zone? So both the Alpines look absolutely screwed. Anyone in the 31s this stage is not looking good for you. It's not looking good. K-Mag down in P18, even though Nico Hülkenberg's up in P8. And then you've got the Stake Boys, 16 and 17. That's your drop zone right now. And the Visa Cash App RBs in P14 and 15. Hamilton's not a million miles off. Lance Stroll's not a million miles off. So remember, we're looking to find the top 15 drivers. Are we going to have a big casualty here? Marcus saying Sainz, it's very fast. What do we think, chat? We've got a moment to breathe. 3,000 people watching. Welcome along to the stream. If you're enjoying it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know so many of you are, but I'm sure we can get to 79,000 subscribers today. It'd be absolutely mad. We're just awaiting for the drivers to come out for their final runs. It's going to be a mad one. There's going to be traffic. Logan Sargent's in the pits. Tyre warmers come off Logan Sargent's car. Soft tyres. Logan Sargent moves out. So Logan Sargent is out on track. You're probably going to see him emerge out of Sector 1. The state car's out as well. All of the cars are coming out now. There's going to be a lot of cars like they're coming out of hyperspace at the end of Sector 1 very, very, very soon, I believe. I'm 40 seconds behind on my stream. I'm 40 seconds behind. Welcome, Eric. Lando, please cook. Zoe's crying. Don't cry, Zoe. It's okay. Kate has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Kate, for the gifted 5. Really appreciate it. Rob Byrne, Lionel, Godzilla, Tom, and Laser Doom. Chap, can we get our emojis out? A big thank you to Kate there for the gifted memberships. That's absolutely great. Get access to these emojis. There you go. 10 out of 10. You love to see it. Please get your emojis out there. Forget. Here we go. Here are all the drivers. There's a queue in the pits. There's drivers driving very slowly. I wonder if someone isn't going to make it out the back. But now you can see everyone's out on track. Are we going to have drivers who are going to come and hit traffic? Is Guan Yu Zhou hitting traffic here? I'm not sure. Why is Piastri showing us so slow? I'm really not sure what's going on there. But anyway, we've got the drivers coming out. And it's all about the drop zone. So Guan Yu Zhou, keep an eye on the sectors there. He's got a couple of green sectors. That's really good for him. They're PB sectors for him, as we understand it. Bottas looks like he's starting a flying lap as well. So are the stake drivers, Guan Yu Zhou and Valtteri Bottas, going to get themselves out of the bottom 5? Now is the moment. Esteban Ocon and Gasly, I don't believe are out on track. I think they've given up. I think they might have given up. It's showing them on Sky Sports that Ocon's on an outlap, but I can't see it here. There we go. There's Ocon appearing now. But it's not good news if you're Alpine. And look at the traffic now. Guan Yu Zhou having to navigate past George Russell and Max Verstappen. Oscar Piastri doing the same. It's a complete mess with traffic, as we often see in these circumstances. Now, who's going to set a fast lap here? Who's going to be first over? Nico Hülkenberg is on the move. I think we're looking. This is going to be the order. It's going to be Guan Yu Zhou. It's going to be Bottas. It's going to be Piastri. Right, let's keep an eye now on the times. I think you want to be... I think the cutoff is going to be could be a 30.6 or something. I don't know. Let's have a look. Guan Yu Zhou is going to really dictate this. Here comes Guan Yu Zhou. Oh, it's a 30.7. Up to P11. He's safe at the moment. What about Piastri? He's on the verge. Is he going to improve massively? 30.5. I think the cutoff could be quite fast from what I was thinking. Lance Stroll, purple in sector 1. What about Nico Hülkenberg now? 30.5. He's safe right now as it stands. Bottas P11. Oh, look at that. 1,000th of a second between the two stake drivers. That's insane. It doesn't get closer than that. Kevin Magnussen now, P10. 30.6 is going to be very close here. Hamilton's almost in the drop zone. Lance Stroll is in the drop zone. Just one moment of traffic could ruin your whole qualifying and ruin your whole weekend here. What about Yuki Tsunoda? What have you got, Tsunoda? He's coming down the back straight here. You're in the drop zone, my friend. Daniel Ricciardo's going to be after him as well. You can see the Alpines are starting their fast lap. So, is Lewis Hamilton going to get pushed down? Yes, he is at the moment. Hamilton's currently in the drop zone. Because Tsunoda went quickly. What about Daniel Ricciardo? Does he get out there? Yes, he does. Hamilton's got to pull out of the fire here a little bit. What about Lance Stroll? You're in the drop zone. Surely you're going to go right to the top. Lance Stroll goes over the line. And we got a little bit of a glitch on the timing, so I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Hamilton looks like he was clear of traffic. It looks like Hamilton's going to be safe. It looks like Stroll's going to be safe. So it might be a battle between the two Alpine drivers and the two stake drivers. Because Logan Sargent's going to be down there. It could all change really at the back. Could all change. Those bottom four drivers could have all gone faster. So I'm on board now with Sky. So we've got Daniel Ricciardo goes over. He went P11. And Lance Stroll, where did Lance Stroll end up? He went P2 at 29.9. Lance Stroll went only 600 behind Carlos Sainz, who was fastest amongst all of that. Lewis Hamilton goes over the line. Where's Hamilton? Hamilton's P10. He's safe. So I think whatever happens, Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou are in the drop zone here. So I'm just waiting to see. Oh, there, we'll have it already. So you can see it's all you're caught up now. The Alpines did not improve. So we lost. It was basically as we were. We lost both of the stake drivers and we lost both of the Alpine drivers and we lost Logan Sargent as well. Goodness me, but you know, the traffic can be absolutely horrendous there. The traffic can be really, really, really bad. I think it's going to be a bad... Do we have any actual Alpine fans in the chat? By the way, 4,000 people watching, 300 likes. If you can just hit that like button for absolutely free. Please, please, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, we could get 1,000 likes like that. And we could also hit that subscribe button as well for me, please. We're doing this all through the season. If you're enjoying it now, you're going to enjoy it for the rest of the year. So just make sure you're subscribed. It means we get more access to this kind of stuff. Isabel Paflug, Sargent also disappointing. Albon is top 10 right now. Are we going to see a gap between Sargent and Albon emerge? Logan Sargent, probably the luckiest driver to keep his seat, we would say. No worries, Mattia Quadra, appreciate it. Yeah, both Alpines are out, and they're not just out, they're adrift, really. They definitely tried something different by going out on the mediums. I'm not really sure what that was about, because they might have just needed to put more... Look at them, oh my goodness. It just moves. It just moves. It just moves. Look at this. Oh my goodness me. Oh no. It just moves. It just moves. If I blow it. Right. Zoe says, come on, Checo, don't disappoint me. You are my crush. Wow. Okay, so we're talking about midfield. We're talking about who's going to be back of the pack this season. It looks like it's not going to be a great season for Alpine. We know Alpine are a bit more of a, you know, slow, tight corner, lower speed circuits. And they did get podiums last year. Bear in mind, they got damn podiums. Like, you know, Stake would never, you know, Alfa Romeo were never near a podium last season. But I feel like we're already starting to see, this was my hunch before, this is what I said. You look at Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Bottas, Guan Yu Zhou, Logan Sargent, Ocon and Gasly. I feel like, but I might be overthinking it. Because the other way of looking at it is there was 3/10 between Sergio Perez in P6 and Kevin Magnussen in P15. So it is awfully close. In fact, leaving aside Gasly, the whole field is within a second. Back in the day, back in the Oliver Panis days, you didn't have the whole field within a second, did you? Talk to me, chat. Chat, I want to hear your thoughts. Talk to me. What are you thinking? Yeah, Marcus noticed it in the shorts feed. 1 second. Kaifa, watching F1 is the only time I get exposed. Yeah, same. It's an advert for AO. I literally have no idea what AO do. It's like insurance or something. Jonathan, can you give us your tentative rankings? Well, I've spoken about the bottom half. Let's go into Q2 now. So if you're new to Formula 1, it's going to be 15 minutes for Q2. 15 minutes for Q2. Thanks, David. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're enjoying it, my friend. Arav, it just moves. It just moves. When you blow it, it just moves. Honestly, if we could get to 80,000 today, that would be mad. That's just not possible. But that would be insane. Insane. Sid the Sloth is faster. What? So I was really into that quality. I wasn't really watching the chat. I was going to make a meme. Oh, we're going to get memed. Quinton Russell would like to see Ricardo higher. I feel like we're starting to see the teams with the bigger budgets move to the top. We're talking your factory teams. We're talking Ferrari. We're talking Red Bull, really a factory team, aren't they? You know, we're talking your big boy teams at the top, and we're talking your secondary teams, Haas, customer teams, Cash App, Stake. But an Alpine, like, you know, is it that Renault engine? George says, trust L plan. Well, Stroll has thoroughly outqualified Fernando Alonso here. Quinn says, Ocon sounds positive on the radio. What kind of positivity? Sardonyx, what a surprise with Stroll. He proved himself. Is Fernando Alonso washed? Is Stroll clear, as the kids say? Thanks, Rinky Dink. Appreciate it, my friend. They all count. I'm just a bloke. I'm not a company. I'm just a bloke. I'm not an AI yet. Albon needs to be a factory team. Rudan, will I do the same thing like this? Rudan, we are here tomorrow for the race. 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. GMT. Saturday. We're here for the race. It's going to be a mad thing. Thanks, Overnight Challenges. Elixfit says, no, Alonso isn't washed. So we're just waiting for Q2 to start, everyone. Are we all clear? There's 3,000 people. Are all 3,000 people watching clear on how qualifying works? Or do I need to explain it again? Because I can do. If one person says they want to explain, I will explain it. Jay, will Mercedes challenge this year? We'll find out. We'll find out. Chaya's not here tomorrow. No. Is it the Kimono convention? Thanks, Rudrant. Dave wanted Hamilton to go out. Explain. Okay. So you see here, like I said, the bottom 5 drivers. The bottom 5 drivers are now out. They are done. They can get out of the cars. We're now going to send the top 15 drivers out. You can see the session has started, actually. The top 15 drivers are coming out. The same thing's going to happen. 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And we're going to see who's going to be in the top 10 at the end. And then we're going to keep the top 10. So now, the drivers who are going to get kicked out are whichever drivers end up at the end in P11, P12, P13, P14, P15. So if you're a big driver like a Perez, or a Verstappen, or a Sainz, or a Norris, or a Stroll, you don't want to end up lower than P10. But there's not enough big drivers. Someone's gonna get knocked out here. There's too many big drivers for everyone to make it through. So it looks like we're struggling again on the standing. It's going to be a bit intermittent, but don't worry. I'm exactly 40 seconds behind on the feed here, so I can tell you what's going on. I'll just be 40 seconds behind when we get the flashbacks. How many qualifying rounds? This is Q2, this is the middle one, and then it's going to be Q3, which is the final top 10 shootouts. Can you explain the importance of the tyres? There's 3 tyre compounds in Formula 1. You have the soft tyre, which is red, ring on it. The medium tyre, which is a yellow ring on it. And the hard tyre has a white ring. And generally speaking, for the vast majority of the time, the softer tyres are the faster tyres. The red ring tyre is the fastest, but in a race situation, it will wear out quicker. So, in qualifying here, when you're not too worried about it wearing out because you're only doing a lap or two, you really want to be on the soft tyre, which is a red ringed tyre. Q2 underway. George, something strange happening at Red Bull. Favourite driver? Don't really have favourite driver. Right, load of drivers coming to the end of the pit lane now. Lance Stroll, Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Oscar Piastri, Daniel Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen are all out. I can't see Carlos Sainz. Verstappen is on his way out as well. So Verstappen's on the move. Lewis Hamilton is still in the pits as I see it. They're waiting. They probably don't want him to just sit in the queue, I guess. So 12 minutes to go. We're probably going to see 2 sets of runs here. I've got the live feed as well. How many laps can each car make in 15 minutes? They're only really going to do 2 qualifying laps in this session. So they're going to do 1 now. They're getting ready to do their 1. Then they'll come in and then they'll do 1 at the end. That's normally how it works. Might do 1 in the middle, but that's generally how it works. Gaurav, Mercedes played as bad. Ismail, Lance got it. Second out of nowhere. Let's see what Aston could place. Vildale, who do you think we top 3 tomorrow? For quali? I still think Verstappen's going to get us out of the bag. I think it's going to be close though. I think it's going to be Verstappen, Sainz. Verstappen, Sainz, 3,000 people watching. I'm going Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll. I'm going Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll. Come at me, bros and brosettes. Oh, Alex Albon in the speed trap, 199 miles an hour. Alex Albon almost 200 miles an hour in the speed trap. That is crazy. Right, so we've got drivers about to set their lap times. It's going to be Nico Hülkenberg. So what's the time going to be? Is it going to be faster than 1 minute 30.5? We've frozen now. I'm going to keep an eye here. I can see both the drivers. Do you think Leclerc can get it? Maybe. Do you think Ferrari has a chance to win the title? Let's see. I think this could be closer than we were anticipating. I no longer think Max is going to blast this by like a second. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, don't worry. I've got you covered now. It's what it is. I'll try and work on it. But okay, so Kevin Magnussen, I believe, is going to be one of the first drivers to go over. I'll get the Hülkenberg time as well. Remember, I'm 40 seconds behind what you can see. There's 9 minutes 50 on my screen now. But here we go. Hülkenberg to the 30.9. Max in the 31.1. Very slow. Much slower than they did in Q2. Piastri 30.6. Also slow from Piastri. So Piastri's fastest with 30.6. No, he's not. Lando Norris 129.9. So how has Lando gone 7/10 quicker than Piastri? Everyone's on the soft tyres. There you go. There you go. And it's Fernando Alonso 30.1. Sainz 30.4. There's a lot of variance there. A lot of variance, everyone. Yeah, please feel free to smash the lap times in the chat as well. Help everyone out. But a big old variance. Something's weird. I'll be talking crosswinds. You know, a lot of these drivers it's not going to cut it. What do we think the cutoff's going to be? I reckon top 10? 30. Do we think Alonso's going to get in top 10 with a 30.1? Like, Carlos Sainz can probably go quicker. Piastri can go quicker. Russell. I think it depends on what the Mercedes are going to do. The Mercedes are not looking particularly strong at the moment, are they? Verstappen 20 times. Let's go home. Let's just go home, everyone. 29.3. That was my prediction for the poll time. That was my prediction. Chat, someone... that's true, right? That's what I said. I come from the future. That is a madness. 6/10 quicker. That might be the moment. That might be the moment, chat. Put your Max Verstappen emojis in the chat there. That could be it. That could be it. Goodness me. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. How's WEC looking? 28 Q3. Chat. He's just gone like basically 2 seconds quicker than Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Albon. 2 seconds. On board here with Kevin Magnussen. Oh, he went wide over the white line. I think he was trying to avoid a Red Bull. He might try and make a mistake. It might try and make an excuse, but I think that's all his fault. He got distracted there. To try and blame, I think it was Verstappen, but I don't think much doing there. Fernando Alonso with a lock-up. That probably was into turn 1 on the soft tyre. Yeah, he's not 1 second faster than the third. He's 1 second faster than Hamilton. Like, so when I go racing, right, when I do my real world racing, sometimes you just come up against, like, I've raced like F2 drivers and people like that, and you're in the same machinery, and you go in after qualifying, you look at the lap times for the grid, and you're like, incident involving Russell investigator session failing to follow race direction instructions and maximum delta time. We saw that a lot last season. It was mainly fines, wasn't it, or just ignored. But like, that is demoralizing for a lot of drivers, I reckon. I reckon that's demoralizing. I think that's just obscene. I think that's just mad. Honestly, this is where it gets real for everyone. If you're a real Mercedes fan, the fact that Lewis Hamilton decided to leave is pretty indicative of where he thinks the car's at, and he knows better than literally anyone else in the world. Is it going to be a rough season for Mercedes? My God. This is Q2 as well. They're like, this is Q2. Okay, let's hold the thought. There's 4 minutes to go. That everyone's going to come out and do another lap time. Let's hold the thought. Look, if we start to see, if the top 6 and 7 are in the 29s, you know. But equally, if Verstappen does a 28, I'm calling it. I'm saying this is Max's season. Like, win every race. If he gets a 28, is that fair? Do we think that's fair or not? Phil Moore is still trying to win, but only given the car. Akifa, come on, Ferrari, don't disappoint us. I want to see some of the body language on the other drivers, like. I can't explain it. The whole field in Q1 was within a second. And Max is, that's your second, yeah? That's all 20 drivers. And Max has just gone like that far clear. Like, do you understand? Like, right, drivers out on track. Amazon are predicting 30.3 for the knockout time. That's quite fast. If it's a 33, then we might see a lot more people in 29s. Godzilla, see you next season. See you, mate. See you in 2025, pal. 128 equals max domination. That's a good point, Roland. Sponsored by Mercedes. That's a good point. I've never seen anyone else pick up on that. You should pat yourself on the back for that. That's very smart. Yeah, and even Perez. Like, even Perez is P2. It's not even like Perez isn't even doing like banter mode anymore. Is this a live race on the bottom right? Yes. Okay. Let's see then. Let's see. Mia says, I think Mercedes are concentrating on race pace. But didn't Mercedes actually really struggle on race pace last year? Alpine. Alpine may as well be in F2. I know they've got F2 teams already, but honestly, just Alpine, just play around in F2. And the other F2 teams are like, yeah, that's not a problem. They come join our championship. Can someone give Max a cold? He's just a superhuman. I think he's P1. I think he's so much faster here because when I raced Max Verstappen online in iRacing, I think he came up against a real pro and he was like, oh, damn, I really got to up my game. So having raced me, he's now worked all winter to just beast mode, get to another level. So I blame myself for this. I blame myself for pushing Max. Right, who's going to go over then? Charles, shout out from the Philippines. Kireth, I feel bad for Gasly, not really for Ocon. Why? Why do you feel bad for Gasly but not for Ocon? That's the meanest thing. Yeah, it's my fault, everyone. It's my fault. So we're going to see here the final laps. Obviously, let's get back into this. I'm not that bottom, that lower than top 10. That's what I would predict. Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Albon, Magnussen. I fully predict that to go down. So if that changes, I'll be surprised. So let's see what Hülkenberg can do. This is going to be interesting, actually. Hülkenberg, hold on to your horses, everyone. F1 could be back. Hülkenberg goes P2 with a 29.8, and that's Hülkenberg in a Haas. Hold on to your hats. Magnussen, you are absolutely washed, mate. Magnussen, you are washed. 30.5, 7/10 slower than your teammate. What else? Who we got? Piastri 30.1. That's gonna. Where Hülkenberg? Where's that come from? Is that legal? So who we got now? Albon 30.2. We've got is that Stroll and Norris coming around together? No, that was Stroll on the fast lap. Norris wasn't. So Stroll goes P8 30.2. Ricciardo just behind him. What about Hamilton? Hamilton's starting a lap here. Or you're going to have to deal with a lot of traffic, Hamilton. Hamilton's got a lot of traffic. Look at the track map there. Carlos Sainz goes P2. 29.5. Less than 2 seconds. Almost exactly 2:10, sorry. Behind Max Verstappen. So, Ferrari within 2:10s. What about Charles Leclerc as well? Keep an eye on Leclerc here. Keep a beady eye on Leclerc. Leclerc could go faster than Carlos Sainz. It could be back on. It could be back on. Leclerc goes fastest! Yes! It's back, everyone. The Tifosi are here. We never left. We never left. It's time for the Tifosi. Is Max Verstappen washed? Is Max Verstappen washed? Past it. Old age. It's Ferrari's time. We never lost faith. If you're a Tifosi, you never lose faith. Charles Leclerc with a 1:29.1. Il Predestinato. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. Ferrari was sandbagging. What a twist. What a plot twist. Ferrari was sandbagging. All along. Always has been. Always has been. Ferrari was sandbagging. Right, your bottom 5. I think it's going to... Oh, Hamilton's out! And Russell's out! Mercedes are washed. Mercedes are washed. Q2's done. No, Russell got 3 at the end. Sorry, it wasn't quite over. It wasn't quite over. Hamilton's going over the line. No, they're safe. Okay, let me run through the top 10. Your top 10 is Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz. Sorry, P1 Charles Leclerc, P2 Max Verstappen, P3 Carlos Sainz, P4 Lewis Hamilton, P5 Fernando Alonso, P6 Nico Hülkenberg. Shout out to the Hulk. P7 George Russell, P8 Sergio Perez, P9 Lando Norris, P10 Oscar Piastri. If someone can put that in the chat, that would be great because we've frozen on the timings. So your bottom 5, the people that dropped out in Q2, P11 Yuki Tsunoda, P12 Lance Stroll, who I predicted for P3. P13 Alex Albon, P14 Daniel Ricciardo, and P15 Kevin Magnussen. Bro is on drugs. Isabel Fuck saying Paris is kind of washed. I'm sorry. There we go, there we go, there we go. So I was 50 seconds behind. Mercedes left it late. That's where they were. That's where they were, but then they saved it. Sorry, don't gamble in this room. Don't listen to what I'm saying and then put bets on. Like, don't do that. Right then. Well, it looks like we got ourselves a nice little shootout here. Melissa Thomas P4 Hamilton. I'm about to cry. Was Hamilton P4 in the end? There we go. Isabel Plug. I'm going to pin it. 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 Almost put you in timeout. There we go. Pinned it. Your delay is epic. Iconic. You and Ferrari is washed. How is McLaren alive? Goodness me. It all changed there. It all changed. It all changed. But you can't say it's beginning. Hang on. Whoa. Whoa. Chat. We just got to wait a couple of seconds now for Q3 and we'll find out. Okay? We just got to wait a couple of seconds for Q3 and we'll find out. Okay? We don't know. Q3 is going to be pretty damn definitive. Okay? In fact, right now, 5,000 people watching. Put this and only this in the chat. Put your top three. Put your top three drivers for qualifying. What's your prediction? I'm going to stick with Verstappen. I'm going Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz. Okay? Put your top three. Put your top... How you... You're delayed. Put your top three. In one comment, in one comment. Otherwise it'll move the track. For okay, Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, Andy, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen. Whoa. Gareth, Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Andy, Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, Felmora, Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, Isabel Flug, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz. I'm seeing a lot of Leclercs on pole. Sean's going Hulkenberg. Clementina going Hamilton. Ooh. Ooh. Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen. Honestly, it could be anything. Ivan, rather follow me again. F1 Proscription. Yeah, we got the accurate update data here. So Sky run an advert. Sky run an advert here. So remember, I'm 40 seconds behind live. If that makes sense. So just to clear that up. And hopefully we're going to get the standings back. But ultimately, this is going to come down to it's going to come down to 2 runs. So it's going to come down to 2 runs. This feels like genuinely high stakes that I haven't felt this. I don't think I've felt this really for some reason since Monaco last year. I feel like Monaco last year was the first year last time I felt like this. Jazz Pro Norris pole, remember my name. Alright, well, let's see. We're at 5k, yeah, but to be honest, I just want to see what's going to go on here. So hopefully the boards are going to refresh. It's all plugged in. So if it refreshes, it will refresh immediately. It's all plugged into that. I'm going to watch now. I'm going to let you know when it goes green. I'm going to let you know what's happening. We're going to see 2 runs here from basically all drivers. Yeah, I'll confirm the drop down. That drop down is not accurate. You need to look at the Verstappen. But no, that drop down, what pin comment is accurate. Clementina, remember my name is Hamilton pole. Yeah, Sky have a big delay in case something happens, like if there's a terrorist attack or something, and they're just going to press the button. So it's for a very good reason. They also send everything back to England, and they produce it all in England. So they don't send out people to the racetracks anymore, really. That's sort of nice aspect of that's gone. Edge of seat viewing. So we're not green yet on my screen. We're not green yet. Right. We're not green. George Russell's in the mix. We've got 2 Mercedes in the mix. 2 Mercedes, 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls, 1 Aston, 1 Haas. That's what we got in the mix. Can you shut up? You could just press the mute button. Just press the mute button. My lips will move. Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen. I'm still waiting for this to kick off. Looks like the grandstands are full. People are dancing in the aisles. It's like a basketball game. Come on, let's get this underway. Let's get this underway. Hamilton, Cook. Israel, Verstappen, there we go, refreshed there. Did Verstappen get a time deleted? No, it's just all messed up. It's still catching up. Okay, yeah, we're live, so we see Norris, Hulkenberg. I can see Verstappen making his way out as well of the pit lane, both Mercedes drivers. This is yes, this is a final part of qualifying. This is where we work out who is going to be on pole position, who the top 3 is going to be. Is it going to be Lando? Now it's time to support. If you want to support your driver, put your Lando emojis in. Put your Ferrari emojis in. Nico Hulkenberg is on the damn move. Is this not an outlap? This is an outlap though, isn't it? This is an outlap, right? This is an outlap. This is an outlap. It's an outlap. Why is he moving like Jagger on the outlap? No, he wasn't. It's just purple. No one's on the set yet. That's why it's purple. Okay. Okay, so Hulkenberg's on his flying lap, followed by Lando Norris, then Oscar Piastri, so 2 McLarens there, then George Russell in the Mercedes AMG Petronas, then Verstappen, then Hamilton, then Perez, then Sainz, and then Leclerc. So just Fernando Alonso that is still showing in the pits on my screen. So maybe Alonso is going to do a run in the middle or just one run at the end. Thanks, Pitchscape. Smooth operator. Funky says yes. Okay, so remember I'm 40 seconds behind, but I'm able to tell you stuff on that basis. The Sky Director is not really helping us out here because he's not showing. We want to see Nico Hulkenberg right now. We don't want to see people ambling on an outlap. We want to know how is Hulkenberg doing. I want to see Nico Hulkenberg. I want to see sector times, please. But instead, they're showing George Russell, who was 196 through the speed trap, 196 mph. Verstappen has also started his flying lap. That's going to catch up that thing very quickly, I would imagine. Is that Hulkenberg? There we go. 30.5 from Hulkenberg. 30.5 from Hulkenberg. Lando, 29.6. Remember, Verstappen, 29.3 last time around, and I think Leclerc was 29.1 if I remember. So a lot of these lap times are not going to cut it. Maybe it's tire temperature, maybe not getting in the window. Russell, 29.6. I don't think any of these are going to matter. I might be overthinking it. What about Verstappen? Keep an eye on Max Verstappen. He's about to go over the line. 29.4. That's not quite as quick as he did. Wow. So all eyes on the Ferraris right now. All eyes on the Ferraris and Sergio Perez. So Hamilton is way off, man. It's way off. Ignore that. Sergio Perez, way off. So what about Sainz? What about Leclerc? This is it. This is the moment. This is the moment. This is the moment. Carlos Sainz, where are you going to slot in? Oh, P3 behind George Russell. What about Charles Leclerc? He's got a couple of purples in there. He's got a couple of purples. Oh, he's slower. He's slower. So, leaving aside Fernando Alonso, everyone's done their first runs. It doesn't matter now that it's frozen. That's where we are. Stuff isn't going to change now for another 5 minutes, really. So we can take stock. So as it stands, Verstappen is on provisional pole position with a 29.42. Charles Leclerc is just 0.06 of a second slower with a 29.48. You can't tell me anyone's sandbagging now. You can't tell me that a car is streaks ahead. That is too close to plan for. 0.06 of a second is just redonkulous. Just to give you an idea, this is a second. Now imagine 100 things in between each of these. Imagine 100. Like 100 discrete things. And then take 6 of them. How such a short amount of time that is. Right, Adjit's saying Leclerc with the used set of tyres. Okay, so it was used set for Charles Leclerc. So everyone's going to come into the pits now, apart from Fernando Alonso, who's on a different strat. Is this El Plan? Fernando Alonso is going to do a run now and then come in, do a very quick change of clothes, and then try and join everyone for the last stint. Welcome everyone who's subscribing, by the way. Please, if you're enjoying this right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be streaming the race tomorrow and every race throughout the season. So if you like this now, just make sure you subscribe. I know pretty much everyone watching is, but if you're one of the few that isn't, join the party. Make sure you're subscribed. It's absolutely massive, and it's genuinely unlocking doors for cool stuff we can do. Board's hoping Alonso gets triple purple. It's a bit like playing roulette, isn't it? It's like, Alonso, triple purple, please. I'll put it all on Alonso triple purple. Isabel Paflug doesn't believe Red Bull has the engine on 100%. We will see. Yeah, we streamed practice earlier, my friend. We streamed practice. So, Funky confirming Leclerc was used tyres, and Drab, that was 2 car lengths. Russell saying ride is really poor at turn 6, almost lost it. So Russell thinks he can go faster. I just saw him made the mistake. It could be about maybe a 10th, that mistake. Italiani? No idea. SS just joined his family, worried for Hamilton. Board, watch Max hit consistent 28s tomorrow. What's happened to Mercedes? What's happened with Alonso? Yeah, we're streaming the race tomorrow, my friends. We're here. So Alonso's on a bit of a mad strat. On my screen, there are 5 minutes to go of qualifying. And I'm looking on board with Fernando Alonso. He's kind of soaring at the wheel a little bit. Doesn't look as stable as the Mercedes. So what is Fernando Alonso going to do as he goes around the last corner? Oh, it's his out lap, sorry. It's going to be very tight for Alonso here. It's going to be extremely tight. Because Alonso on my screen is just starting his flying lap. Jazz Pro saying anyone from the top 4 teams can get pole at this point. We'll see. Sheila, it's not about aerodynamics, it's about the engine. Right, now I just want to know from everyone. All I want to know is who's going to get pole. Just one name. Put the name of the driver you think is going to get pole. For me... Oh my god. I feel like it's going to be Leclerc. I feel like it's going to be Leclerc. Alonso goes purple, sector 2. And he goes big purple compared to Verstappen. Look at the difference in sectors between Verstappen and Leclerc. Look how dominant Verstappen was in sector 1. Did Verstappen make a mistake in sector 2? Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alonso goes P3. But you got to get in now, son. You got to get in now, son. That's it for you, isn't it? Alonso with the weirdest strat. I'm not sure he's going to get another run. Alonso just absolutely messing with everyone there. Look at the sector times. If Max can sort out sector 2, or did Leclerc have a sector from the gods? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hulkenberg out of nowhere. You'd love to see it. Did Verstappen make a mistake in Sector 2? Because look how clear he is in Sector 1. Oh. Alonso is a god. Isabel Plug saying pole's going to be 128. I said pole was going to be a 129.3. That was mine. That was mine. So anyway, we're about to find out, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us in this live stream so far. I hope you enjoyed it. Reminder, we are streaming the race again tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button. There's going to be a premiere immediately after the stream today in about 15 minutes where we're going to talk about Formula 1 and Formula E and stuff like that. But right now, all of our focus is on qualifying in Bahrain. Who is going to be the pole sitter here? Josh will beat the F out of him, becomes P2. Or did Leclerc make a mistake? Right, so we're frozen. We're frozen. We're frozen. We're frozen. So, Fernando Alonso is only 1/10 behind Verstappen and Leclerc. And what is his strat? Is he going to stay out and do another lap on scrubbed? What is Fernando Alonso on a mad strat here? On my screen, there's 1 minute 30 to go, so we're basically done. Piastri has just gone over 29.6. What about Lando? What about Lando? What about Lando? 129.6 just ahead. Not going to cut it. Here comes Charles Leclerc to start his lap. He's going to start his lap. He'll have McLaren traffic. Hulkenberg gets ahead of Sainz, but now Sainz is going to have to get ahead of Hulkenberg. Is that really going to affect them? Hulkenberg got to get out of the way. I think there's a Ferrari engine in the back of that. Sergio Perez starting his lap. So, what we're going to have now, Verstappen 28.5, Sector 1. Keep an eye on the Sector 2 time from Verstappen. There's a lot of yellow mini sectors, though. Is it going to be quicker? .2. I don't know. It's slower than Alonso. It's slower than Alonso. I don't know if that's good enough for Verstappen in that sector. Russell goes P3, by the way, amongst that. Just 5 thousandths behind Charles Leclerc. And Hamilton P8. It hasn't worked out for Hamilton. Here comes Verstappen. 29.1. He's done what Leclerc did in Q2. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Is it going to be enough? He's got to be 2/10 quicker in the last sector. I don't think it's going to be enough for Leclerc. I don't think he's done it. Sainz is dealing with traffic. No, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it. Sainz needs to go 3/10 quicker in the last sector. He hasn't done it. Max Verstappen. It's only Sergio Perez. It's only Perez. What's Perez going to do? No, there we have it. It is Verstappen on top by 3/10 of a second in the end. But Charles Leclerc has shown that pace today. What do we think? Is that dominant? Is that dominant enough? We start the 2024 F1 season with Max Verstappen on pole position by really, I'm being generous, 2 and a bit tenths. 2 and a bit tenths. Wow. Verstappen, there we go. There we go. And George Russell making it work in the Mercedes. 3 different cars in your top 3. Right there. Now, I'm gonna break through this. So, Red Bull and Ferrari looking strong. Mercedes, why is Hamilton getting out qualified 3/10 by George Russell? I don't know. But it's happened. Worrying times possibly for McLaren. Hamilton is washed, Ed John says. There we go. Let me pin that. Let me pin that. Just banned someone by mistake. Sorry, whoever that was. I think it's worrying times for McLaren. And why did Aston Martin feel the need to do something very different there? Are we going to see deleted lap times? Possibly. Who's happy with that, everyone? Pole position Sophie is the person who's starting right at the front of the grid. They're going to stop the cars on the grid yesterday, which is where Charles Leclerc roughly was there. Like just here. In order, and that's how they're going to start the race. It's a club in Vice City. I'm not sure that was the intention of the question. Snowline is happy for Max. Paul Grubb's not happy. Are you happy, not happy? People who were saying a Norris pole. There were lots of people saying Norris is going to be on pole. Isabel Flug disappointed but not surprised. Tanya wanted Sainz on pole but not bad. Golden, it could be worse but it's good. Someone took an L. The champ does it. George, that is mildly depressing. But do we think Max won by as much as we or was on pole by as much as we thought? What do we think? Dennis is happy. Kirely, I hope it's not going to be a repeat of last year. Movin likes how the midfield is really tight. I think I'm already starting to see Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston, McLaren, stuff, and then Alpine. You know, I mean, when it really came to it, there's, you know, a second and a half difference, a bit more second half with Verstappen and Ocon there. Charles thought Holt would be on pole. Paul, I'm done watching F1 if Max wins tomorrow. Well, this is what I would say. It is qualifying. It is only 2/10. But if you... it's going to be 50 laps, 54 laps, I think. If you extrapolate 54 laps and 2/10... My maths might be really bad here, but I reckon that's more than 10 seconds. I think that's about 10.8 seconds. Can someone confirm my maths? That 2/10 a lap over 54 laps is 10.8 seconds. If that's right, maths genius, just saying. Can someone confirm or deny that? So, you know, winning by 10 seconds is quite a big margin in any race, so that's why it's indicative of what can happen. Big wreck at the start for tomorrow. Unlikely at turn 1 here, I would say, but you never know. George, I firmly believe that Red Bull have either decided or been told to leave a little bit on table. Liar confirms it. So I'm predicting a 10.8 second lead for Verstappen, but we will see. Board, it's going to be a bit more because Verstappen's more consistent. Correct. We didn't make a season's over before we even started. Oh, there's 57 laps. Okay, sorry. Snowline's always through and Max tops the grid. Lando shaved! What, everything? Everywhere. Pratt Neek says Leclerc got 29.1 in Q2 and Max got 29.4, so Charles could have been on P1. That's a very good point that I think it's going to get sort of lost in the wash of this. Yeah, Max was a second quicker than Tsunoda in P11. Sorry, you're not happy, but tomorrow will be a better day. Have I pronounced that right? Felicia is not happy at all. Mate, you're very accurate in I'm very accurate at a lot of things. I never make mistakes, especially in Mercedes and Q2. Yeah, I got the point. It's okay. Right, what are we thinking for tomorrow then? Board's calling a 15-second gap. I've got to be honest, right? And I'm a fan of Formula One, not like Formula One trademark Drives to Survive. You know, I'm just a fan of like top level racing. Doesn't this feel similar to a lot of times last season? Like, I'm not being funny. Like, we streamed most of the season, right? So we were here together. Like, doesn't this feel similar to probably what happened at... I don't even know, like Qatar. Like, anyone remember what happened at Qatar? I can't, but doesn't this feel like this could be the grid from Qatar last season? Like, okay, Max won by 2/10. It was close last season. Funky, it might be close tomorrow. It's not like he's dominant in all sectors. You're right. Well, he wasn't faster in sector. He was only faster in one sector, wasn't he? Is that right? Is that right? How does that mass add up? Chat, sorry, I know I said I was a mass god, but how does that mass add up? Like when you compare Verstappen sectors with Leclerc's? Isabel Flug, Alpine saw the farmers protest in France and decided to support them by bringing a track to solidarity. Chaya, I'm curious what the season will bring. Verstappen might be dominant, but yeah, we'll see. 1k likes, thanks so much everyone, appreciate it. 80,000 people have passed through the stream, which is bigger than any qualifying we had last season, which is crazy. Sean Bro, my fantasy league about to die. Hiya bro, what happened to Lewis? Just slightly washed. Who was the guy who said I feel really bad for Gasly but not for Ocon? You need to explain yourself. Olivia, I hope McLaren has a good race tomorrow. Yes, indeed. George, tomorrow should be fun. Yes. Just bear with me here. I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah, Russell could wipe the floor with Hamilton, and I feel like Sebastian Vettel, his last few years, I felt like he was kind of phoning in a little bit. Like, no offense, Seb. I wonder if Hamilton I really don't know if Hamilton's going to work. I just don't know if that's going to work. You know, like, it could really not work. Oh, I almost knocked off my server there. The whole thing would go down if I did that. Snow, Isabel, maybe Russell is hungry for it. Max's lead is not safe. Frankly, with Venkley saying Sargent is going to take down someone for sure. Arnav, what do you think about quality so far? You're so far in addition to that. It's very interesting. Ali Hamilton is just too old, needs to retire. We'll see. Leclerc lap time. It doesn't add up, chat. It's a chat. Can we? The lap time doesn't add up. Is it just me? Leclerc's lap time doesn't add up. This has been fixed. And also, look how close it was in the last sector between Leclerc and Russell. Chat, what's going on with Leclerc's time there? Why doesn't it add up? Why doesn't it add up? Oh my god, Max Verstappen looks so zen right now. He's doing his interview like after. He just looks so... He knows he's beaten me online. So now he's conquered everything. There's nothing more. He's done the one thing that was most F1 drivers haven't been able to do. Leclerc 129. So does Leclerc's add up faster? Has Leclerc been robbed? Have we picked something up here? Rohan, which sector costed Lewis P8? It's very close. It wasn't his last sector at all. I'll say probably sector 2 was a bit outlandish. Okay, so maybe it's picking up the best sectors like across the session, which I would prefer it didn't, but okay, that would explain it. Steven saying engine failure for Max tomorrow. Are you praying that into existence? Charles Leclerc looking very relaxed, showing off his watch. I think the drivers look too relaxed right now. I want to see I want to see. Let me know if this is not right. I want to see Charles Leclerc, it's a bit of a tongue twister, looking pissed off right now. I want to see Charles Leclerc just like, you know, what do we need to do to get that pole? Because right now, I'm be honest, and I'm just reading body language, he looks kind of like, yeah, it was okay, yeah, P2, and we'll try really hard for the race tomorrow, try and give him a good fight, and like, yeah, you know, car, blah, blah, blah. I want him to be furious. I want everyone on the grid to be thinking, how am I going to beat Max? I want people to think outside the box. Remember when Lucas Di Grassi drove through the pit lane in Formula E to win the race? I want stuff like that. I want people desperate to win. I will do anything to win. I'm more mad than him. He's too busy selling watches. I mean, George Russell now, he looks like a pundit. He's going like this. He looks like a politician. He's like, well, really, I want to get to the issue at hand, which is blah, blah, blah. Yeah. George, I want you to be furious. This is not Drive to Survive now. I want some passion. I sound like Tim Sherwood. Look, I'm a West Ham season ticket holder. I don't really go anymore. But... And West Ham aren't really an example of a high performer. Well, but this wouldn't fly at West Ham. Like, if you saw your player acting like this, everyone, they'd be like, show some passion, mate. Get stuck in. Just get stuck in for the sake of it. Like, I don't even care. Professionals keep calm. They don't drive with those watches on, but they're all wearing them now. Isn't that a bit deceptive? Like, people wouldn't know they don't drive with them. Like, oh wow, that watch must be so good because you can drive with it in a Formula 1 car. I'm going to buy that watch because that's tested to that standard. Is that a bit deceptive? David Piastri says Ferrari shafted again. Domingo, that's it for Hamilton. Funky, they both say Max still a step ahead. They're too friendly. I feel like Carlos Sainz is different. I feel like Carlos Sainz is really the only driver that I saw last season who looked focused and angry and digging deeper than professionally you would expect, and he's the only driver other than the Red Bull driver who won a race last season. I felt like Carlos Sainz has, and I don't know if that comes from his dad is telling him, you know, look, son, this is really this, you know, this is what I don't teach you, but this is really what you got to do if you want to be the best and be the best, whatever. I find it frustrating as an armchair, like whatever this is, because I feel like what I just saw from the interviews was everyone had put on a good show. Good show, everyone. All the fans are happy. Good show. You know, I don't want to see that. I want the rivalries. I want David Coulthard going after Felipe Massa. I want Montoya going after Raikkonen. I want that. Anyway, maybe I'm not right on that. JJ from Angola, make sure you look at my interview with Rui Andrade, who's a top driver from Angola. Ah, the premiere is starting. The premiere is starting. Don't worry, I'm going to take you there. I'm going to explain what's happening. Don't go anywhere. If you can hear that, can you hear this music? Oh, maybe you can't hear the music. Okay, something's happening. Be that Mac top speed 10 k's faster than the clerk. MV, is Perez the worst teammate to a championship competitor in history? Have you heard of Eddie Irvine? That's harsh on Eddie, isn't it? Right, chat, here's what we're going to do. I need your help. There's 2,000 people watching, okay? I really want to build up my motorsport channel. So I'm going to be releasing a lot of content on the motorsport channel. That's me on location at racetracks around the world, giving you behind the scenes access. And I really want to build up that channel, and I want it to be a space where I can just put the motorsport content. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to a premiere that's starting right now of a video I've made about Formula 1, Formula E on the motorsport channel. It's just called Kireth Motorsport. The link is there. So if the mods, if you wouldn't mind pinning this link or putting the link in, please go to that link. And if you want to see motorsport stuff, like don't do this if you don't want to see it, but if you want to see motorsport stuff, please go there. Please subscribe. It's got 57 subscribers right now. See, I can see people in chat already. And please share it on the forum. So if you think the videos are good quality, share them around. But fundamentally, I want to build up that channel so it can be a place where I'm making all this behind the scenes content. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end both of the streams. It's been amazing. And it will take you automatically there. I'm going to be there for the video. And we're going to be back here tomorrow at 2 PM GMT for the race. So it's been amazing. I will see you on the Motorsport channel. Are we ready? I'll see you there.